And so we got there and she was like so excited. And you get outside of it and there's like that giant T-Rex and she's like freaking hyped. And we took a picture with it and then we walk up and it's closed.
Nick. Anna is here as well.
Hey.
Eyes on the road. She's driving me to the airport to surprise one Mr. Timothy Bracala. It's currently 4:27. No, 4:20. It's 4:20 a.m. Apparently we are blazing, but we're not actually doing that. We're going the speed limit. Yeah, big surprise planned for Tim. He's been telling me for a month that Maggie was telling him, ooh, there's a surprise this weekend, and he's been trying to figure out with me what it is, and I almost messed it up several times, so but I didn't. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna record my journey to Wisconsin. See you there. I already realized I forgot my neck pillow.
Use the right lane to keep right.
We're using the right lane to keep right. So this journey is going to be a treacherous one because as an over 6'4" man, I don't bend well on planes.
Why wouldn't you just call yourself the height you were? Over 6'4"?
I'm 6'5", but it sounds. Then it's up to their imagination. They could be like, oh, he could be like 6'7". But yeah.
You could be if your back didn't suck.
True. Speaking of my back sucking, yeah, this is gonna be a rough journey, but we'll update you along the way. We're pulling into John F. Kennedy Airport. It's the greatest airport in like a 2-mile radius. So it's got that going for it. She's sad I'm leaving. She can't come. She gotta work. Lame. Yay, we're here.
Leave all Tyrian idols behind. Floor level lights will guide.
So, I'm here in Washington, D.C. on a layover. I decided that I wanted to get Ellie something because it was her birthday recently. Here's the problem. I'm bad at shopping for anyone, and I know nothing about kids. Trying to find something that doesn't necessarily, like, they wouldn't immediately come to the conclusion that of like, oh, he bought this at the airport on the way here. Thinking a stuffed animal. We're gonna go with a stuffed animal. Must resist. LE 2028. Things aren't going well. Flight was delayed and delayed and delayed for 7 hours before they decided to cancel it. Couldn't even go home because, you know, I'm on the layover, so I'm in Washington, D.C. Was ready to go rent a car and drive back to New York because it seemed like my only option, but apparently one random seat appeared on the 10:25 flight. Anyway, Maggie is struggling to keep him in suspense. To be fair, how many times can you put off a haircut? Not her fault. In fact, it's American Airlines' fault in every way. But we're gonna make this work. I am denying till my last breath as Tim continues to question me whether or not he will be picking me up from the airport tonight. I'm trying to convince him it's John Ratzenberger. We'll see how it goes. As you can see, not everything works out the way you planned. And when that happens, you drink bourbon. Cheers. Though this may not have worked out, tomorrow, perhaps I'll bring you a bit of a surprise. Transition. It's the next day. This is the face of a broken man. In case you haven't seen what that looks like before. Rented a car from Avis, but when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Unfortunately, in this case, life...
In half a mile, turn left toward I-395 North.
And took all my lemons. So, I guess I'm going to find more lemons. Special guest incoming. So, yeah, this is what happens when you win your trivia match. You get to go to IHOP. So, this guy won.
I guess I did. It was pretty cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the worst trip possibly ever, but ends on a positive note. Never fly, always drive.
They were great. Not for you. But
No.
Not for anyone involved, really, frankly.
So, for those who just witnessed that and noticed that the audio cut out at the most crucial moment, which was just the cherry on top of a great day.
Yeah.
Met Javi.
Yeah, I haven't seen that part yet.
That was good. Tim is a groomsman of mine.
I'm so excited.
He did a bunch of shots off camera. And also, American Airlines has lost a loyal member.
Yeah.
Forever.
We did talk about that, but there's no audio.
You can't hear it. I talked about it for a while, so I probably cut the clip short because I didn't want you to listen to us talking for 7 minutes when you couldn't hear us. I got Ellie a little bear.
Yeah.
Said future president.
Yep, that's exciting.
But yeah, you missed a lot of the story, so let me give you a quick recap.
Please.
American Airlines flew me. I had a layover in DC. I was supposed to surprise Tim. I had a layover in DC at 6 a.m., so I left at 4. Got to DC on time. 3-hour, 4-hour layover, something like that. We got on the plane. We waited on the plane for an hour while they said they had to fix some IT issues.
Spooky.
And we taxied out. And then they were like, oh, there's bad weather. Give us 15 minutes. We have to plot a new course. And then after 15 minutes, they were like, oh, we plotted a new course, but they said we can't use that one either. So give us an hour and a half. And we were like, what? So then they brought us back to the airport and they said, we'll give you an update in an hour. And every hour, their update was, hey, we'll give you an update in an hour. This continued on for 7 hours till they ultimately canceled the flight. I was very annoyed, called customer service while I was in line to see another person. I'm almost glad you guys couldn't hear me because I've never been more defeated than on that call.
The one with you and me.
Yeah, the one that where we lost audio. So
you were pretty down in the dumps, rightfully so.
it was pretty, yeah. Customer service was trying to help me, then they hung up on me. Not because I was being rude, just because like they hung up. And then I talked to the lady at the desk. She was really rude. Heard the lady next to her offer someone else a seat on another flight to Milwaukee. That person declined it. And then to my face, the other lady said, "We have nothing left for Milwaukee." And I said, "But I have ears." She got very angry at a comment like that. And then quietly typed for 10 minutes until giving me a boarding pass for the 10:30 flight. So now, 8 o'clock, I've been in this airport for 13 hours, been traveling altogether for
15 probably, right?
4 and a 4 to 4 plus 4, 12 plus 4, 16 hours. Which, by the way, I looked it up. It would have only taken me 15 hours to drive to Milwaukee. Which I will be doing from now on. Next flight comes up. I'm a little irritated. So I go up to the new lady who's also rude and dumb.
Oh, that's right.
The other lady was rude and dumb. So I feel okay being rude back to her live on this whatever.
Yeah.
Because I kept going up trying to say, "Hey, give me my seat number. I have like a boarding voucher almost." She's like, "You're on the standby list. We're not taking standbys right now." I was like, "That's weird. I have the standby list on my app here, and I'm not on it." She's like, "Well, you're on it here." Asked another person, wasn't on it. Tried to check in, wouldn't work. Went up back to her and said, "Hey, can I get a seat number?" She said, "Once the flight info is showing on the screen behind me, then you can come up and we'll give you a seat number." And I was like, "Okay." Sat down on my suitcase in front of her, staring at her. Said, "Okay, cool. We'll have a nice
Oh my god.
have a nice hour together, you and I." The flight info came up. I stood up, said hi. She was like kind of ignoring me, like pretending she was really busy. I was like, "That's fine. I can wait." Comes back to me and I was like, "I'd like a seat number, please." "Oh, we can't because the plane's not here yet, and we don't know if your flight's even going to be at this gate. We're not sure." And I looked her dead in the face and said, "If I'm not getting on this plane, tell me now, because I could still rent a car and drive home.
Yeah.
But if you wait another hour to when the flight's supposed to start boarding, I'm not going to be able to get a car and drive home." She was like, it should be fine. Once the plane's here, we'll get you on." And I was like, if I sleep in that corner tonight, I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah.
You all know where the story went. Flight got canceled right before it was supposed to take off. Spent a total of 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. What's that math there?
15 hours.
15 hours in Washington, the Reagan Airport, and spent a total of 4 to 10?
6 hours.
No, 4 to 10 p.m. So I guess 6 plus 12, 18 hours. 18 hours traveling until I finally had to go to a hotel. 3 of the 4 hotels I called out of rooms. Till the Hyatt said, "Oh, yeah, we have rooms." And I was like, "Oh, great. That's because no one wants to pay your shitty price for your shitty room." But
I guess it was a Friday too, so
Yeah, it was an expensive hotel room. Yeah, I didn't tell Anne this, but she's about to hear it. There was blood on one of the pillows.
Nice.
Yeah. Didn't
Man.
have the energy or the wherewithal to complain. I noticed it after I had gone down to the bar, grabbed a drink, came back, spent $30 on a fucking old fashioned. Yeah, the old fashioned I got was $30.
That's a hotel bar for you.
Figured I'd call American Airlines again because I called after they canceled the second flight.
So yeah, I want the post. So
Yeah.
you went and saw Javi. I'm glad that we were able to make that happen.
Before we get there, because that was
You
the next.
called them again that night?
Yeah. Oh, right when they canceled the flight, I called them back.
Yeah.
Someone else answered. I said, "Hey, flight's canceled. What's the deal?" She was like, oh, let me look for other flights. I was like, let me stop you there because someone's already looked for other flights, and I already know there aren't any other flights until Sunday, which is when I'm supposed to be coming back. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to pay for my hotel room that I have to go get now because the person at the desk couldn't tell me an hour ago this was going to happen when everybody sitting here clearly knew it was going to happen. And you're going to pay for my car that I can drive back tomorrow so that I can drive back tomorrow. And she was like, all right, give me 1 second. Types. It looks like it wasn't our fault. So we can't reimburse you for any of that. And I was like, that's great. Linda, was it? Linda, by the way, you were very kind. I'm sure you were just doing what your shitty bosses were telling you to do. So I apologize for the way I spoke to you next. Though I think it was pretty respectful and tame, all things considered. And I said, well, Linda, thanks for that. You have absolutely 100% lost me as a customer forever. I will never fly American Airlines again. Poor Linda. She was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, it's okay, Linda. Not your fault. Bye-bye. So I get back to the room. I get a drink. I talk to you. I break the news.
Yeah.
And I was like, I better call him again because when I spoke to Linda, I forgot to make sure she reimburses me for the rest of my flights.
Yeah,
that's what I
wanted.
So I called again. They canceled my flights back on Sunday, reimbursed me. Can't reimburse me for the flight that just got canceled because I didn't take it. And I was like, hey, how about the one I took this morning?
Yeah.
Like, well, technically, you took that one. And I was like, you stranded me in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
If you just canceled that one too, I could have just turned around and gone home. But now I have to spend money on a hotel and a car, and you're not even going to refund that one. And they were like, you could go on our website and fill out a complaint. And I was like, oh, I will. And I filled out too, because every time I fill out a complaint, they come back to me and say, oh, I'm so sorry, in a clearly automated message saying, oh, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. Please don't respond to this email. And I go, okay, second complaint coming. Who's going to pay for my car and my hotel? So we'll see where that goes. I'll keep you all updated.
Yeah, please.
Next day was a little better. I really just wanted to get home, but I found out that a former Fandom Teams challenger lived nearby.
Yeah.
And because he won his round 1 match against Payson, me and Javi got IHOP.
Did you actually go to IHOP?
100%.
Oh,
well, I said, I was like, dude, like, I really got to get home. So I would need to leave by like 10:30, 11, like the latest. I was like, do you want to grab coffee or breakfast or something? He was like, there's an IHOP nearby. I was like, great, you won your match.
You get IHOP then, yeah.
Hi. I'm aware.
Well, while you were getting IHOP with Javi, I had sex. So I don't think I would have been able to do that if you were here.
You're gonna leave that on.
Yeah.
All right, great. Congrats.
Yeah. And the only reason I bring it up, and I know that the timetables are similar, is because right before that went down, I got a message from Javi that said Nick is in fact very tall. And I said, yeah. I believe my exact words were gigantic.
Javi is exactly the height I thought he would be.
He made the exact face I thought he would make.
No shorter, no taller. That is
Yeah.
exactly how I thought he would be.
Yeah, that's fair.
There are people I've met in person after seeing them on camera for years who wind up being much taller or much shorter than I was expecting them to be.
Yeah, that's fair. Like Scully's a giant.
Correct. Javi was
Coho's
right.
very short.
Correct. Javi was right where I
Yeah,
expected.
that's fair. I could see it. I could see it. What'd you guys talk about?
So I'm driving everywhere from now on.
Oh,
And I'm not kidding. Like,
yeah, I believe you.
I will drive to Europe,
Go by ship.
figure it out.
Go by boat.
I will Fortnite build a bridge as I drive.
I think you just need an hour cutoff. If the flight is more than or less than 20 hours, you drive.
You mean the drive? If the drive is less than 20
That
hours?
is exactly what I meant, yes.
Because and honestly, I know that sounds crazy, but if you can withstand it, because I like to drive. Obviously, I delivered pizza. I drove across the country, like back and forth when I lived out in California. So I like to drive. And when you think about it, as long as you can withstand the drive, or if you have someone to share the drive with, a day of traveling by plane for like a 2-hour flight is really like a good 8-hour commitment.
Oh, yeah.
Between traveling to the airport, waiting at going through security, waiting if there's any layovers.
Yeah. When we went on our cruise for my job earlier this year, we left the house. I want to say we left our house at like 8 a.m. Yeah, because we dropped Ellie off at daycare at 8 and went to the airport. And we parked at the airport, left our car there, and we got to Miami at like 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Because we had a layover.
Yeah.
And then just like how long it takes to get through shit.
Yeah. And I get it. Like,
that's not fair. We probably got to Miami more at like 5, but then we had to travel to the hotel and like
yeah. And I get it. Some people don't want to like be stuck behind the wheel of the car the whole time because that can be exhausting. And it was like my drive back was like 6 hours. And then isn't it crazy how the freaking gas station right outside the rental car place is like $1 more per gallon than any other gas station in the world? So I get it. It can be exhausting, but like I like to do that, and it's not saving you much time by flying. I don't think it's saving you much money by flying. Sure, you got to pay gas, and maybe even I'd even consider like renting a car for the drive just so that I don't have to put those miles like on my car.
Sure.
But even that, I feel, especially if you're with like 1 or 2 or 3 people, like, and you're splitting gas and whatnot, like.
Yeah, I've never rented a car. How much is it?
It's the car rental back to New York for one day was $280.
That's not terrible.
That's bad. That's rough. Especially when you go online and look up car rentals and the price they flash you is $140. But then all these hidden fees and shit.
Well, yeah. Well, that's like hotel fees and shit. When they say like the room is 100.
They told me it was 180. The room was 180, and I got a bill for like $250, and I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, because they do like the welcome service fee, and it's actually just like a bottle of water and a thing of hand soap or something.
I couldn't even open the water. Like I almost died. I had half a bottle, this half full, and I was like, I need to make this last all night because the only water I have access to, they're gonna charge me if I open it.
That's true.
Ridiculous.
To travel.
Yeah, I'm driving everywhere.
Do you guys are you planning on taking a honeymoon right after the wedding, or are you waiting?
Probably never.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we thought about it, and we just don't like to go places.
If I know one thing about Anna, it's that she hates being swept off her feet in romantic settings.
Correct. So our honeymoon is canceled.
Nice. Does she want to come and speak to this?
I think she's listening to some whisper videos and she can't hear it. We are planning on going so like the Monday after. So
Getting married on a Saturday or a Friday?
Friday.
Friday. Woo!
Or what happened? Can you still see me?
Yes.
That was weird. All my screens went dark.
Where are you going?
Oh, we don't know yet. Planning it out. Probably somewhere tropical.
Nice.
Where'd you go? Tell me about your honeymoon.
We waited. So we got married in August. We took our honeymoon in January. And we went to Disney in Orlando. So the main reason we wanted to was because we wanted to do the Harry Potter world at Universal.
Yes. Well, yeah. That's where I got all those.
Yep, we were gifted a 3-day pass to Universal for our wedding. And then we were also gifted a 1-day pass to Disney. So what we did was we were there for, I think, 6 days, 7, maybe 7, where 1 and 7 were travel. So like 5 days in the middle. I think that's right. That is right, because we did 2 days at Universal up front. And we got there on a Sunday. I remember that. And on Monday we went to Universal. And have you been to the one in Orlando?
Yeah.
That's I thought you went to the one in California.
Nope.
But anyway, I think there's one. Is there one in California?
Yes.
Okay. So we did the one half of the park on Monday. Did the other half on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we took a day where we just stayed at the hotel.
Nice.
And then Thursday, we went to Epcot, which was, believe it or not, I've talked a lot. I love Disney. I know Nick's not Nick's mixed or whatever. Not in the sense of like as a brand, like the movies, and stuff. Like I love Disney. Disney World, I like it a lot, but like I liked Universal a lot more. But that being said, Epcot just one-on-one with Maggie was awesome. It was so much fun. And I had only been to Disney one other time. It was when I was a kid, and I remember thinking Epcot was lame. But as an adult, like walking through the countries, trying all the different types of food, and the drinks and stuff, and just like very, very fun. Loved Epcot. And then Friday we did one more day at Universal. We did the side where it was the one with the Gringotts Bank side. We did that.
Diagon Alley?
Yeah, the Diagon Alley side. We did that side.
Oh yeah, I forgot they have like different names.
Split it up, and you can take the Hogwarts Express between, but we didn't buy that pass or whatever. So
that's like that's such a cool part though.
Yeah, we didn't get to do that. But loved Universal, thought it was a blast. Maggie really enjoys the 3D rides. So like
those make me vomit.
Oh, I love them. So like the Spider-Man ride, Transformers, like that.
Spider-Man almost made me throw up. The ones that are just like you get in a bus and you clearly just go into one other room.
But the screens are doing
and I can like look out I can like stick my head out and see like just the ceiling with like wires and shit. But if you stay in and it cuts it off, then it's kind of like you're in a thing.
The best ride in the whole place was the one in Hogwarts.
The Hagrid's.
No, that actually wasn't.
Oh, the virtual thing in Hogwarts. Almost threw up.
The Hagrid's ride wasn't open when we went.
That's right. It's a newer thing.
Yeah, and then the worst part, Maggie was very upset, was they had just closed the Jurassic Park part of the park, and they were redoing it to put in that like Velocicoaster thing. And so we got there, and she was like so excited. And you get outside of it, and there's like that giant T-Rex, and she's like freaking hyped. And we took a picture with it, and then we walk up, and it's closed.
Oh no,
that was brutal. But
that was my second favorite zone,
the Velocicoaster and all that stuff.
Well, the Velocicoaster was my favorite ride.
I've heard like it's amazing.
It's great, and I don't like. I used to love roller coasters. Like I grew up down the street from Six Flags, but as
I
I've gotten
love
older, I've inherited my mom's like motion sickness, and so don't usually do well. But Velocicoaster was awesome. The
The
one in
Incredible Hulk.
Hogwarts when it looks like you're like flying across the Black Lake, like
Yeah.
outside the castle, I
Yeah.
almost threw up.
Oh, so good. That shit was great.
The Hulk,
The
incredible.
attention to detail with all the
Yeah. You know what it made me
really good.
picture, and maybe I'm giving away a genius idea here, is some kind of Harry Potter hotel.
I feel like that is a thing.
It might be a thing, but as we were like walking around and our wands were like making stuff work, I was like, well, what if your wand could like unlock your hotel room and like turn your lights on and off in
Yeah.
your room? And
That would be
each
cool.
wand was like a key, like coded to your specific room.
That would be cool.
Wake up, grab your wand, and be like Lumos or whatever, and then your lights turn on.
That would be pretty dope. I don't know if that exists, but that would be cool.
I feel like it could.
Oh, I feel like the technology is you could make that happen.
It'd be a gamble, but
you like the
and
butter
the hotel is literally just Hogwarts. Like you just whatever.
You like the butterbeer?
I did like the butterbeer. Preferred cold.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, there was something else about it that I was gonna say they've updated it now. Now it's like there's a whole new part of the park in conjunction with the Harry Potter stuff, and I forget what it's called. It's like
Epic Universe?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they just opened it.
And it's got like How to Train Your Dragon and shit in it. Like,
yeah.
I would love a ride where you're on Toothless flying around the place. That'd be fucking dope.
Sure.
What else was it? Was it also the Mario shit? Or is that something else?
I forget. I remember How to Train Your Dragon. I know there was like, isn't it like the Ministry?
Ooh, maybe. Okay, now I'm gonna look it up.
Pretty sure it's the Ministry.
Universal Studios. Epic Universe.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I was the whole time I had the wand, like the wands that we were buying, and I could make it do stuff around the park. I was like, what if I could like unlock my hotel room? Like this was my key. Yeah. And I could turn the TV on and whatever.
Oh, so it's like a whole new park.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought. Oh, so it's like there's Universal Studios and then Island of Adventure, and now it's Epic. I did not know that. I thought it was like a section of one of them. No, it's like a whole new shebang.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna look into this. Okay, so it's the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic.
Yep.
Okay, let's see what's in here. 1920s Paris to 1990s British Ministry.
They did some of the Fantastic Beasts stuff, and I was just kind of like, you can just like ignore that.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, you can like look. Oh, okay. Here, let me just share my screen.
Sure.
You can look at like the park. You can like skip through here. Okay. Where to go? So yeah. So. Oh. So there's a cafe. Oh, this is fancy.
See, is this like the Yeah, because there's this tent. This is like the Fantastic Beasts side of things.
Yeah, and there's that's the statue from Crimes of Grindelwald, right? That they go through.
Yeah, like
this is where they like chase the Niffler through the street, right, and shit.
No, not the like big cat, the Zowu.
The Zao.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I feel like all the Fantastic Beasts, someone was just like, "You say a syllable. You say another syllable." Great. That's what we'll call it.
Interactive wand experiences.
Yeah, so it's the same kind of. So, like, you probably wave your wand at that thing, and it opens up, and
you see the little Niffler man.
Did they not have the interactive wand stuff when you were there?
No, they did. We just didn't buy wands.
Oh, I bought so many wands.
Oh, we're. Ooh. Oh, and then this is the. Oh, okay. All right. I'm into it. That's pretty cool.
This is big.
It is big. Look at that. That's gorgeous.
Oh, we're back.
Yeah, that was like. And then there's a little circus.
It kind of seems like it's mostly Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts, yeah. Well,
I
but
don't like that.
it said that you can that it had the 19. This all looks like 1920s Paris, but
Yeah.
then it also said that there's 1990s.
Oh,
I bet that's where we're going.
wait a minute.
Oh yeah, look at that. See, this is definitely the 90s British.
Do you think this is like a ride in here? Like
No, I think this is a part where you walk through the flu powder and then you end up in the 90s part of the
this
park.
isn't like the Gringotts ride.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, let's see what else is in there. Experience so Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministries soar on a magical lift as you help Harry, Ron, and Hermione stop Dolores.
Yeah, so it's a ride.
The circus is a show. Interactive wand experiences. Baguettes. Explore the dining of 1920s wizards Paris. Oh, there's a bar, moonshine.
This just feels like if you were gonna do a new Harry Potter world, feels like an odd choice.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so then I'm going in now. Okay, oh yeah, so it's Super Nintendo World. I wonder if you can play Smash Bros.
100%, probably.
This is pretty dope. Like, not gonna lie.
That's cool. Yeah. Hey, we gotta go back to Universal.
Okay. Let's check out this Isle of Burke. Oh, this is dope. All right, let's see what this is all about.
Whoa.
Oh, that's definitely a ride. That looks like it was made to throw up for me to throw up. So there's a roller coaster, but then it looked like that swingy thing was. Oh, that's cool. It like goes through the water, and oh my god, Nick, let's go.
I'm getting a little nauseous right now.
Just looking at. Well, look at that ride.
That's gonna be a no.
You're flying a dragon. Dragons Racers Rally.
Okay.
So Hiccup's wing gliders, a dragon's eye view as Hiccup's latest flying contraptions. That's the roller coaster.
Cool.
The untrainable dragon. That's a show.
Well, that's kind of counterintuitive to the
There's a Viking training camp for young Vikings.
Okay.
Okay, what is Dark Universe?
Oh, like the Mummy and Frankenstein and all that stuff.
Oh my god.
Like the
Dark-
Universal Monsters. Remember how they tried to make a movie universe out of that and it failed miserably?
Wasn't Russell Crowe Dr. Jekyll?
He was, and he actually showed up in a movie.
Oh, that's right. It was Johnny Depp was going to be the Invisible Man or something like
Yep.
that. Right?
Javier Bardem, I think, is going to be Frankenstein.
That sounds right.
They did a really cool picture.
In Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, Dr. Victoria Frankenstein puts you in the midst of an angry revolt of fiendish monsters. Curse of the Werewolf. Beware as you face the curse of the werewolf, which sends you spinning.
Did it say Victoria Frankenstein?
It does say Dr. Victoria Frankenstein.
Hey. That's really bringing a new twist to things.
All right, what is Celestial Park?
Creative.
Whoa. This looks insane, dude. They really just like went all out.
Yeah. I can't wait for them to do like a Tomb Raider universe, and we could follow like Larry Croft everywhere. I think that'd be fun.
Oh my god! All
Not
right,
to get into that, but like, what the like?
Victoria Frankenstein.
Hey, whatever works for you, man. I'll just keep living my life.
I just got a message because I'm filming a match that's going to air at our summer, or no, it won't air at our summer nights. I'm filming the match before the summer nights for debate right after this. And I just got a message from one of the players that says, I'm on my way home from work, so we should be good to go on time. To which the other player, guess you it could be Nick, said, well, I'm eating fried chicken from KFC. Should be done in time.
Don't want to say who it is because I feel like
It would spoil it, yes.
stuff, but I can imagine.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who it is we're talking about.
Coming up next,
Yeah.
we're going to do a review. And by we, I mean probably just me and not Nick. Maybe I'll have a guest with me. Probably not. We're going to talk Jurassic World Rebirth. Just came out last week. I probably liked it. I haven't seen it yet at the time.
Want to do some like like I could chip in with like what we expectations?
I have zero expectations, frankly.
I think it's going to be bad.
I think it's going to be bad, but I'm going to like it.
I think Rebirth is a dumb name.
It is directed by Fandom director of Rogue One, a Star Wars story, Gareth
Wes Craven. Oh,
yeah. Also, he directed Godzilla. So there you go.
Okay.
His last movie that came out.
I like ScarJo. I think, and I like and Mahershala. I like them both. I think
I like Jonathan Bailey too.
Don't know that person.
He was Fiyero in the hit film Wicked.
I didn't see it.
What? I thought you did.
Nah, Anna saw it.
He was also in Bridgerton, the hit Netflix show.
Not helping. Squid Game. You see Squid Game?
No.
Okay.
You?
Yeah.
You watch that show?
Yeah.
You're a mystery to me.
Okay.
You know what we probably should do? We really should probably watch Ironheart.
Dude, don't put me through that.
I haven't seen any of it yet, so
I've heard other people because I'm not gonna watch it.
I'll watch it eventually, but I'm not probably
Ironheart. Love Island. What?
Love Island. That's on Netflix, I think.
Yeah, no. I think Jurassic World's gonna be bad because I don't think they know where to go.
No.
I just think anytime they put a dinosaur on screen, it makes a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So their meetings consist of let's put more dinosaurs on screen.
Let's hope.
Well, no, I would prefer.
I mean, I hope the characters are good too, but like, yeah, I like the dinos, just like I like the.
Well, let's transition and see what Tim thought about it right now.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist.
Sorry, what mission?
Hello, everybody. As mentioned, we are here for a review of Jurassic World Rebirth. This isn't going to be a play-by-play or anything like that. Just going to kind of talk about what I thought about the movie, some things I liked, some things I didn't like. I will talk a little bit about spoilers at one point. Movie's been out for a little under a week now by the time you're seeing this. So if you're interested in the movie, I would recommend watching up until I get to the spoiler part. I will make sure to say that if you haven't seen it yet, and then we'll talk spoilers for just a little bit. So basically what this movie is, this takes place I guess there is technically an amount of time after Dominion. The movie opens up 17 years ago in the past, assuming on an island where they're making, kind of the Indominus Rexes, or the mutated versions of dinosaurs for Jurassic World. So, assuming Jurassic World took place in 2015, 10 years ago when it came out, this movie takes place 7 years before that, while the park is up and running and doing its thing. So, or that's when it starts. That's when it opens, and then it jumps to present day. So, assuming Dominion took place in 2022 when that movie came out, we're probably looking at it taking place today. So, it takes place a little bit after Dominion then, and I didn't know this from the trailer, so there's some stuff that's like pretty big plot points that's not part of the trailer, but I don't consider it necessarily spoilers. But if you're sensitive to any of that kind of stuff, I'm going to talk about just like the basic plot. So the basic plot is that like most dinosaurs are pretty much dying. People are not interested in them anymore. They're out in the world after Dominion, but they're dying because of the atmosphere, and like they're not used to being in the climate that they're in. They explain it. It's pretty pathetic the way they explain it, but that's the gist. Is dinosaurs are not an easily accessible thing anymore, and in order to get where they are on this island where the movie takes place, it's illegal. All the countries have kind of outlawed going to visit this island to see the dinosaurs. So but the MacGuffin this time around is that they need samples from these 3 specific dinosaurs in order to make a drug that's going to help people cure heart disease, I believe is what they say. So that's the whole MacGuffin, is they got to go to the island, get these different samples from different dinosaurs. And it's kind of a fetch quest. It's like, go there, get samples from these 3 different dinosaurs, and then we can go back and make this miracle drug. And so that's kind of like the basic outline. The whole thing is basically just a fetch quest. Like, let's go to the island, let's get these things. And that's what you're in for. And then you're in for obviously the normal Jurassic stuff, the big dinosaur action, not the best characters. We'll get into that. There's a couple I actually really liked. And so, yeah, without getting into spoilers, you've got Scarlett Johansson. Couldn't tell you what I think her name is Z. Maybe that's what they call her, Zora, something like that. She's like a mercenary type character, very generic character, surface level. But she's got a relationship, a friendship with Mahershala Ali's character. I want to say Duncan. I feel like she screams that a few times. He's great in the movie because he's great in everything. And then you've got holy shit, Jonathan Bailey is like this civilian doctor who's the expert on the dinosaurs and who's helped kind of figure out that that's what they need, these samples, in order to make this drug. So he's along for the ride. And then you have the sleazy corporate guy played by, I want to say Rupert Friend. Is that his name? I think that's his name, Rupert Friend. He's there to make sure that this all gets done and can pay the people, and it's your generic group of people in this story. On the other hand, you also have this family who kind of shows up out of nowhere about 20 minutes into the movie. I've seen a lot of complaints that like, why is this family here? Like, I actually like this family and the dynamic. It's a dad, 2 daughters, and one of the daughters' boyfriend. I thought it was going to be really rough when they first showed up. I didn't really enjoy the first couple scenes that they were in, but once the action gets going, I actually really liked these characters. Didn't recognize any of the actors except the dad. He had a recognizable face, but I couldn't tell you his name. And I thought they were fun, and I thought that the dynamic between the dad and the boyfriend, and then all of that was fun and interesting for this type of movie. This movie is, if you like the Jurassic movies, not the first one, but the sequels, specifically World, Fallen Kingdom, and Dominion. If you're entertained by those movies and kind of the dumb leaps and bounds they make, you're probably going to enjoy this. We walked out and said, it's probably on par with Dominion and Fallen Kingdom. So if you don't like those movies, which I know a lot of people don't, you're probably not going to enjoy this. But I thought that this movie, the thing that impressed me the most about it was actually the action sequences. I thought the dinosaur action was very good. There's a couple scenes you've seen in the trailer one involving these flying dinosaurs that I thought was really good along like a rock climbing wall. I thought that was excellent. And then there's also a scene involving a T-Rex that I thought was really good. I did find myself, and maybe this is the dumb Tim in me, but I did miss myself or find myself missing, like, there's no like real dino on dino action. There is like a little bit, but there's never a scene like at the end of World where the T-Rex and the Indominus fight, or in 3 where the Spinosaurus and the T-Rex fight, or in Fallen Kingdom like the Indoraptor and the Raptor. Like there's nothing, or even the end of Dominion has one too, the T-Rex, and I don't remember what that, the Giga whatever fucking whatever. There's nothing like that in this one, and I did find myself missing that in the finale. But the finale, I thought, again, without getting into spoilers, was very thrilling. All the action scenes very good. It just kind of comes down to the fact that, you know, if you're coming into the movie wanting highbrow, intense cinema, that's not this. And I think you know that when you buy a ticket for Jurassic World. Now, people might bite back at that, saying, well, the first one, you know, has those action scenes, has really thrilling moments like the raptor scene, and it also has the Thinkman's stuff in it. None of the sequels have really done that, and I think it's just a testament to how good that original movie is. But if you're purely interested in just like fun, I think this movie's fun. I thought it was a really fun time at the movies. The theater we saw it in tonight was packed, which I loved seeing on a Wednesday night. That, spoiler alert, that's when I watched this. I really enjoyed that everyone seemed to be having a good time, and that when it ended, everyone was cheering and very happy. So I think it is a movie that will please the masses and will make a good buck. I wish they would focus more on developing the characters. And again, without getting into spoilers, some of the characters do have like surface level stuff that I really liked. Specifically, like there's a whole sequence very early on where Mahershala Ali's character said that he once had a son, and it's not expanded on at all. Beyond that, he's like, I used to have a kid. And then it's not expanded on at all, but you can tell that hurt him, obviously. And then later on, like, he's protecting kids. So it's like, you could see where they could go there with that and make that an interesting character arc, but they don't really at all. Same with Scarlett Johansson. There's moments where she's like, oh yeah, you know, like this terrible thing happened to me and I feel terrible about it, but then they don't go anywhere with it. They don't explore the character at all. It's all very surface level. The person who I felt like the most character was Jonathan Bailey's character, Loomis, but even he's kind of the same at the beginning and the end. He doesn't really grow in any. None of these characters grow in any way. They're very surface level, basic characters that have the pieces to create further growth and stuff. The information's there, but they just don't do anything with it. And I know I've been harping saying like the whole series has kind of been like that, but even in Jurassic World, like you get into backstory of Owen a little bit, and you know that Owen and Claire used to have a relationship, and like there's stuff going on under the surface with like the kids and stuff. So again, also basic level, but I think the character arc for like those characters in the first Jurassic World movie, and especially the first Jurassic Park movie, like have way bigger. There's actually arcs there. This time there's just really not anything there. The most you're going to get is like from the family dynamic, the dad being like, oh, maybe the boyfriend isn't just banging my daughter. Maybe he's actually like a nice guy. Like there's a couple moments like that are actually interesting. But on the whole, it's pretty surface level. But again, I like I said, I think the action's fantastic. If that's what you're going for, I think you got a winner on your hands. Now, I am going to talk about a couple spoilers. So again, my recommendation is if you haven't seen the movie and you're interested in it, go see it. I think it is worth seeing in the theater. It's a fun popcorn summer movie. But it's not going to change your mind. If you're not a fan of these movies, you're still not going to be a fan of these movies after this one. If you like dumb popcorn movies like I do, you'll probably enjoy it. So take that for what you will. But getting into some spoilers. So there actually isn't really too much to spoil. I think the biggest thing is that, like, Maggie and I were talking after the movie, and I asked her if she wanted to do this with me, but she needed to go to bed. So she made a really good point where, and again, spoilers though, but like, there's not really a big body count. Like most of these movies, people are just like getting eaten and destroyed left and right. There's a few for sure, but literally like every main character survives this movie. The villain dies. A couple of the like nameless like friends at the beginning die, and then that's it. So do I need people to die to enjoy a movie? No, absolutely not. But I thought it was interesting of like, okay, like you're definitely just setting up for more stuff despite feeling pretty final. It doesn't do like the Jurassic World thing where like Henry Wu gets away and you're like, oh no, what's going on with Henry Wu? You know, everyone's favorite question about life. What's going on with Dr. Henry Wu? So there's nothing like that, but the whole climax felt very not anticlimactic. That's not the right word. And I did find parts of it thrilling. It just felt maybe small might be the right word. It felt okay for the story they were telling, but I felt like the chase with the T-Rex with the water raft and everything was way more exciting and way more interesting. I know they're not pterodactyls, but the big pterodactyl looking things, the carnivore ones, I thought that was a much better action sequence. Like I said before, there's no like dino on dino thing, so I was kind of expecting like the T-Rex to show up and like fight the fucking big deformed thing at the end. I thought that might happen and it didn't. So again, it's not that I thought it was bad. I just thought that it was, again, I don't want to say the word underwhelming because I don't think that's the case. It was just small. It felt small. It felt predictable. Also, at the same time, like you knew exactly when the villain was going to bite it. You knew exactly like who was going to try to sacrifice themselves, and like with Mahershala Ali and everything. Like you saw all of that coming from a mile away. Even Mahershala like living at the end, I was like, there's like he's totally alive. Like they're setting this. This is too dour of an ending. Otherwise it would have just been depressing. Which I would have been okay with, but I didn't expect that from the movie that we had gotten so far. So, yeah, I think that, like I said, there are just a lot better action sequences earlier in the movie. And it's weird because I was interested in the MacGuffin setup of the movie. But at about 20 minutes in, when Mahershala first shows up, maybe 15 minutes, it's more like when Mahershala shows up. And that's when I started waning a bit. I'm like, okay, let's get the ball rolling. Let's do something. And the first like 30 minutes of this movie, not a ton happens. It's like things are happening, but it's a lot of like scenes where the characters show up and they're like, we need to go do this. Let's go do that. And then you see them getting ready to do that. And they're like, okay, let's meet this person. Okay, let's go do this. And it's not until about 30 minutes in where like stuff actually starts happening. And I felt like the movie was really like picking up and hitting its stride pretty much from the Mosasaurus scene onward. I thought it was a lot of fun, a really fun time. So again, it felt pretty final at the end. Like I don't know if they've announced more of these. I do think that, you know, I feel kind of bad that like I really like Gareth Edwards, right? I always get Gareth Edwards and Evans, the guy who did the raid. I get them confused name wise. So I think it's Gareth Edwards who did Godzilla and Rogue One and the first Godzilla 2014. I like it. I don't love it. Rogue One, I like it. I don't love it. I loved his movie, The Creator, though. I thought that was excellent. Really, really good science fiction that nobody went to the theater to see. Nobody saw it. And I thought that movie was incredible. So I really like him as a director, but it's clear that like he just kind of needed to do something. And he took this, did it, but it didn't really feel like it had a stamp on it. You know, like, say what you will about Colin Trevorrow, I feel like those 2 movies he directed feel different from the other Jurassic movies that aren't directed by him. You know what I mean? And like his, like, I think the only other movie he's made is Only the Book of Henry, which is a terrible movie. But J.A. Bayona is another example of like his Jurassic Park movie feels different from the other 2 world movies. So again, say what you will about the movie, but it stylistically to me felt different. And this stylistically didn't feel like anything. It just felt like it's Jurassic World, and here are the dinosaurs, and the actors are doing good, and the movie looks fine. Like the green screen's okay. The dinosaurs are CGI, and they look like CGI dinosaurs. Like there's nothing, like there's like no flair to it. I thought that was interesting because I think Edwards clearly has flair because the creator looks incredible. That movie is like a visual feast. I really love that movie and love how it looks, and a lot of that had to do with him as the director. So I thought it was interesting that this one in particular just felt bland. I'm interested to know if he was a little more hands off, or if he just kind of was like asleep at the wheel. Again, it's not directed poorly or anything. It just didn't feel. It felt it's probably a negative for most people, but maybe a positive for some. It felt like an amusement park ride that's directed well. I'm just surprised that it was Gareth Edwards at the helm, considering what he did with the creator. So take that what you will. Overall, like I said, if you like these movies, go see it. I think you'll have fun. It is not nearly as good as a bunch of other stuff you could go and see right now. Maybe not a bunch. F1. See F1. F1's really good. And there's other stuff coming out. Like I'm looking forward to Superman, but I think for the mass audiences right now, it's a fun movie. If you like them, if you don't like them, don't waste your money. If you are like, it's a lot of seen it before, done it before. There's nothing really new going on, but it's still entertaining and a good theater experience. I also recognize, though, that the theater experience is expensive and not great for everybody. So if you don't want to waste your money, I totally get it. But I think if you like these movies, like if you're a Birch, if you're a Tyler Birch, you're going to love it. I think. Maybe. Did you like Dominion, Birch? Comment below. Okay, so that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys for watching. This was my review for Jurassic World Dominion. Rebirth. Jeez. Jurassic World Rebirth. It's in theaters now. Coming up, we got Tim and Nick to close out the show. If you like this review, make sure to hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and maybe I'll do a couple more of these. We'll see what happens for movies I'm interested in talking about more than 5 minutes, because that was 19 minutes that went by. My goodness. Okay, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble. We'll send it back to Nick and Tim. Well,
It did suck.
I don't know that I said that. You're putting me in a box. What a week it's been. 2 weeks.
It feels like 12 years have passed.
yeah. That's true. You tried, and I appreciate you for trying.
We did. We forgot to go over, we said we were going to start going over all the matches that happened. But that's okay. Next time we'll do a recap of all the ones.
There's so much going on, guys.
Whole bunch. Round 1's done of both Alpha and Omega. On to round 2 and the team's contender matches.
The team
we're
is
kicking along with the Fanzone tournament. And yeah, a lot of good shit is coming.
There's a lot of good shit. Also, go see a movie this week.
Or don't.
I don't care what it is. Just watch a film. F1 was good too.
I can't wait for the sequel. F9.
I'm just gonna say F2. Too fast, too F.
F2, F, whatever. Thanks for watching Round 4. Bye.
Bye. Oh wait.
What?
Round 4. Welcome to Round 4.
Welcome to Round 4. Now get out.
See you next time. Oh my
I
god.
did technically do the welcome to. Oh, but it was freaking muted.
Yeah. It was.